I was in my room one night, and I was in there, and it was just after Easter too. Like it was just after Easter because I remember like all I wanted, like, and we didn't have a lot of money as a kid. We didn't have a lot of money. I have 5 brothers and sisters. There's not a lot of money, so. But I got this. My mom got me the Ozzy Osbourne "Speak of the Devil" LP or something like that, and it had this song on there called "Mr. Crawley," which is pretty much in my mind and everything back then. You know, like was like. It was best. Wasn't pro God. I could tell you that. It was like anti. So I was just playing over and over, like being mean, you know. And I'm sitting there having a conversation. I'm cussing them out. I'm like, "F you, this," and blah blah blah. And I mean, I was like this sitting in my room all by myself. Man, I was looking at my all my trophies because it wasn't easy to become MVP or captain of a team where I grew up and stuff. Especially some scrawny old white boy, man. It wasn't easy. You had to fight, claw, and have something extra in you. And I was hurt and I was mad, and I fell asleep, and I woke up. It could have been 15 minutes later. I promise you, I woke up. It's so ironic that I come through a ring of fire. I woke up. And my bed, it was just a little single bed because I was in a garage made into a room. Because, I wanted my own room. I was a teenager. I was trying to get out because I could tell you every night I'd go to sleep. I'd wake up with a different auntie or uncle in the bed. Like somebody moved in the house. We'd be 20 deep up in that house sometimes with one bathroom. I think that's why I'm always early in the morning, too, to try to explain. Anybody that knows me and you wonder why I'm at the airport 3 hours earlier, I'm up 3 hours early because I had to fight for a shower. I wanted hot water. I got to have hot water in the morning. So that's why I was always up early because every morning I'd wake up, there could be another family member in there. So we'll get back to it. So I got that little single bed. I wake up and literally the edge of the bed's on fire. I promise you, it's on fire. And then I hop up. I look up, and where all my trophies were just like on this little bookshelf. Now the fire wasn't on that wall. It wasn't burning that bookshelf. It was like off of it. It was like escaped out. So I looked up there just to watch. And you know what I was complaining about? I was bitter about the football and all these things being taken away. I watched everything just melt. And then the fire went to the walls. But I was panicked. You don't know what you're seeing. You're like, nah, whatever it is. The house is on fire. I got to get everybody out. So, I go out there. And, of course, my mama, rest in peace, being my mom, I said, house is on fire. She yelled at me, threatened to whoop me for messing around. But I wasn't. But we got everybody out of there. And they did. They got everybody out. And I remember the firefighters coming. This is over Deerfield, off 7th Terrace. And firefighters coming and saying, whose room's that? And I remember my mama being so mad, that's his room, thinking like that. So, I ain't done nothing in there. I was asleep. And he said, I ain't supposed to bring you up here because the fire's hot, the coals are hot and stuff like that. He wasn't like legally said, hey, everything's out. They were still trying to, the fire was out, but they were still trying to get everything, make sure there's no little hot spots, I guess, or whatever it is. I don't know much about firefighting, but I believe that's what they was doing. He said, shouldn't bring you up here, but can you come on up here, ma'am, and bring him? And I remember my mama pulled me by my ear because she just swore I'd done something in that room. And she had every right to be. I never got caught doing stuff. My brothers and sisters, we was always up to something shady, So, but I was innocent. And she goes, they dragged me up there. And we go to where our front door would be. So we're standing there looking at the front door like I'm looking at you. So I'm looking at the front door. Now, to the left was a garage made into a room. That was my room. And he goes, is that your room? I go, yes, sir. And he goes, is that yours? I looked at it, and I said, yes, sir. He goes, in all my years a firefighter, I never seen nothing like that. I never seen anything like that. I go, okay. And what it was is now, you got a picture, 60% of this house is burnt, gone, maybe 70, maybe more. But my room, the living room, all the way up to, I think the only room that wasn't burnt up was my mama and them's bedroom, and it was on the far side of the house. And it was a nightstand, my nightstand right there, sitting there, my nightstand. And my Bible sitting on it. And he was just looking at me. He goes, can you believe that? I go, well, I'm just glad because my Iron Maiden Quiet Riot tickets are in there. Because I had concert tickets inside. He just looked at me with disgust. He said, man, that's a miracle. I ain't never seen nothing like that. There's a Bible sitting there. This house is burnt. It's not even wet from the hoses. And, if you know any of my families, my brothers and sisters, they'll tell you that it happened. And, I just shook it off and moved off. So that's I should have probably went all back to trying. That's a sign to be a preacher and stuff. So, but I didn't. Now from there on, I stayed bitter. I didn't. I acknowledged it. And to this day, I go, oh wow. As I see things more maturely, and as I as I'm 52 years into my life now. At this point, I was 13 then, and mad and angry, And I'm not saying I'm not still mad and angry. I just learned to accept things I can't change. The little serenity prayer, to know the difference, yada, yada. Y'all know that stuff. I can't quote it, but I know it, I live it, I feel it, right? So I go on, angry. So by 13, I pretty much, when that house burnt up, I don't think I really ever moved back into it. I moved in with an uncle. And then by 15, I was the opposite. I didn't do anything. I was out there running in the streets and doing things. I had a baby coming, so, I was on my own. By 15, I was on my own, already paying my own rent and stuff like that, and trying to figure out stuff. So it was hard, but I was doing it. I was making my way. I was figuring it out. Now, trust me, I'm getting somewhere with this. We're gonna get to the wrestling. We're gonna get to the wrestling. So, but I was still plotting and still trying to. I still had a very I don't want to say like a hood mentality, but I had a very street smart, like survival mentality. Like I got to survive. And I wasn't still on the up and up and things.